Welcome to the Athletes Playbook with Press Upload, the podcast where pro athletes break down and share how they built their brand, own their story, and use social media to shape their careers both on and off the field. From early challenges to viral moments to life after sport, this is the real playbook behind the posts.
Today we're joined by Great Britain lacrosse player Tom Roper. With lacrosse set to make its return to the Olympic stage at LA28, Tom is right in the thick of it for a huge moment of the game. Not just competitively, but inspiring the next generation and helping put lacrosse firmly in the global map. So Tom, excited for the next couple of years?
Yeah, very excited. It's a bit daunting, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, really excited. Not really sure what to expect, but gonna kind of roll with it and see what happens.
And for you, what's the goals going forward?
I mean, obviously the big goal, I want to play at the Olympics, and I know what my teammates do as well. But we've kind of got to take it step by step because we've got qualifying and lots of other things in between that we have to tackle first.
And what's that kind of like qualifying process like? Is it pretty intense?
Honestly, we're not 100% sure yet, but we know that there's going to be a European qualifiers next year, and then it's going to be a World qualifiers the year after, and then that will be determining who will go to the Olympics, basically. At the moment, we only know that it's going to be 6 teams that are going to go to the Olympics, so it's really not that many. So it's going to be very, very competitive.
Yeah, that sounds really brutal. It must be kind of tough on you just thinking like, oh yeah, these next few years are going to be pretty important.
Exactly. Obviously, we have to think about the end goal, but then there's so many things to achieve before then. Two qualifying events, it's quite a big thing. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult, but we're very confident that we can do it. So.
Because how big's the squad? Because obviously it's a different format, isn't it? Because I think when most people think of lacrosse, they think of 10 on the pitch, 8 on the bench, whereas 6 is obviously 6 on the pitch. How many go on the bench, and what's kind of the rotate for people that don't necessarily understand lacrosse? How does that format work?
So at the moment, a squad size for games is 12, but I'm pretty sure for the Olympics it's only going to be 11. So it will probably be 1 goalkeeper and then 10 runners. So 5 runners on the field, 1 goalkeeper, so that's 6, and then you've got the subs. So that's basically how it works. But at the moment in tournaments and games, we have a squad of 12, so 2 goalkeepers and then 10 runners. So that's how it works. But our wider training squad is 30 guys, maybe more. And then it's all kind of split by we're kind of split into different squads as well, but by kind of level and kind of how confident they are as playing at the Olympics and things like that. So it's quite a lot of structure to it.
Yeah, pretty cutthroat as well, I can imagine. But
pretty cutthroat.
I mean, kind of like I assume with your experience, you're kind of used to it. How did you first get into lacrosse to start with?
So I'd heard of lacrosse through my dad. He used to play up north in Wilmslow, so it's a bit of more of a hotbed up around the Manchester area. So I already knew what the sport was, but I didn't really properly start playing till uni. So when I was when I was 18 years old, and then just kind of became obsessed with training and getting better, and it kind of went from there. But I guess I kind of already had a kind of an athletic baseline, kind of with other sports like playing football and rugby and like basically anything I could get my hands on. Really.
Did you play any of those to a high level?
Not a super high level, just football was just like Sunday league from the age of 5 to 17, and then rugby a bit at school, and then I like to play tennis and all other sorts as well. So yeah. I wasn't really a master of one. I was just average at all of them.
I don't know where I place you on a football field. What do you think? Maybe on the wing? Maybe running down the right?
I kind of played everywhere. Like I started in primary school. I started as a left back or right back. Then I worked my way up to centre mid. Then a centre attacking mid. Then a striker. I don't really know how it worked.
Real trades.
Faster, but yeah.
Literally the opposite of me. I started off as like striker and then somehow move away all the way to centre back. I don't know how that happened, but
Yeah,
So what we've learned here is Tom slowly got better and Ben slowly got worse.
yeah.
Is what I'm taking from
I
that.
wonder why I'm not a footballer anymore.
No. It's just because you got bigger and stronger, isn't it? That's the reason. You got worked your way back.
The stronger, I'm not sure, but
Okay.
And obviously, people see lacrosse as kind of. I'd say lacrosse is commonly known as kind of a private school girls sport. But I know me and yourself, we know very different from being on the pitch and how kind of contact heavy it is. How did you find that kind of transition into just getting smashed around on the pitch?
I don't know. It's a weird type of contact, isn't it? It's like you can actually like beat each other up with your sticks in a controlled way, but it's kind of different because you just come out with like massive bruises, like your arms are numb a lot of the time. It was really weird to get used to it, but obviously like now it's just part of the game. You come away with bruises, and I think I've actually managed to reduce the number of bruises as I kind of develop more, trying to like avoid the big checks and stuff.
Is there any?
Also, I know where to wear my arm pads properly now. Yeah. So,
is there any that come to mind? Any of those big checks that you went, that hurt?
There was one during training on the lead up to the Euros. One of my teammates, Josh Polk, it was just in a drill. He just came up like this, shot me right in the stomach, like from a massive height. I literally folded over. Like, it's horrible.
Good for a bit of team bonding.
I had a big bruise, but it's just part of it. You don't wear any padding on your stomach either, so it's a bit of a dangerous area.
Do you find that bit fun though about lacrosse? Like kind of contact?
It is fun, yeah. Especially when you don't feel scared about getting hurt anymore. Like it's just part of it.
You get past that, it's like a year. How long did it take you to kind of get used to that kind of level of contact?
I can't really remember, but I guess a year, maybe less. But then obviously it gets scarier like the higher level you play. So you got guys who can hit a lot harder. So you probably get knocked down a little bit then, and then you get used to that, and then you just gradually work your way up, basically. But it's a different type of contact. And
you said there, like you got that big check by a teammate in training, and then we kind of circle back to what we mentioned earlier about the intensity of the training moment and kind of how cutthroat it's going to be comes to the Olympics. What is the kind of vibe like with the team when you're away on your training days? Are you all good friends, or is the competitive nature really kind of shining through?
Everyone, it still seems very, like, obviously we're all teammates. It still seems very friendly, and like obviously we all know deep down that we're all competing for a spot and we're all trying to like beat each other out, but it doesn't seem like it has changed. The vibe has changed too much.
Yeah.
I think it's obviously it's gonna get more and more difficult, like the closer we get. But yeah, for now it seems pretty similar to what it was before.
So still go and grab a couple of pints after training and enjoy yourselves in your free time. sorry, Olympic athlete here. Yeah, sorry, some orange juice and lemonade after training.
No.
Get them
like
insane.
Us guys coming up from London, like we train in Manchester, so we're literally like, we have to go get the train straight back down. But like it's nice because we get food at the station, then we play cards for 2.5 hours on the train. So it's like that's the equivalent. But yeah, no beers as of yet.
You feel like you shine on the cards front? Are you out there?
No, I'm terrible. Everyone yeah, I'm probably the worst. Even though I introduced like the games, I'm still the worst.
Can't be good at everything, I guess.
So I'm getting better. I think I'm getting better.
So like obviously we talked. You started playing lacrosse like seriously at university. When did you realise that like the kind of elite level of the game was an option for you?
I don't really know. I think I just kept on striving for the next like big step. So it was like the first thing was making the uni first team, and then it was making like the Southeast regional unis team, and then it's just like, you just put your eye on the next thing, and then it doesn't like really seem that daunting. But yeah, I just kept on going until reached this spot, and didn't really lose my motivation either, which I think was key. I'd say I'm pretty like intrinsically motivated. Like I'm not like I've got inner motivation to do it, but yeah, just trying to reach the next level definitely helps
Yeah.
with that.
Did you feel any kind of pressure as you got like higher up? You said you started playing for like first team at uni, then you go into the southeast. Was there like did that pressure kind of motivate you more, or did you like? I know a lot of people, like myself included, and kind of buckle under that pressure a little bit.
I think the pressure when you start improving and people start seeing you as like maybe a good player or someone who could kind of get even better and better and make it to a high level. Like obviously there is pressure, but I think it's the pressure to perform actually helps because it means you train harder to then make sure that you're kind of living up to any expectations. So I think I've kind of used that to help, and I don't really find it too. Obviously, pressure is hard to deal with, but if you're prepared, like it's not too scary.
And obviously,
Yeah.
like in terms of dealing with pressure, like you're obviously an incredible player. Like I've watched you play, shoot, score, pass, whatever. Good at the dodging, and there's all those kind of tricks to making you, become the player you
Yeah.
are. But what kind of stuff off the pitch have you had to learn throughout the last couple of months that have really helped you push on and push into those GB squads and play at the Euros and hopefully look to try and play at the Olympics in the future?
I think now that it's becoming kind of like a real thing with like the Olympics and stuff, and even other tournaments, there's a lot more focus on the kind of like mentality and like sports psychology. So we've had a lot of workshops with that. We've got a specific person in the GB, the British Lacrosse kind of staff board who comes in and does specific sessions with us. So yeah, definitely just trying to find my mental strengths and what they are and kind of utilizing them. Like for example, I'm a pretty level-headed player. Like I never really get too high, I never really get too low. So knowing that that's a strength of mine, I'm trying to use that more to help my teammates as well. So yeah, I think definitely kind of noticing that and developing that is helping me a lot. And then there's other things that you kind of find out about yourself as well.
Yeah, I was going to say with that, do you think there will be a kind of like difference between, obviously, there's different levels of playing. Do you think the Olympics and kind of your mentality going into that, there'll be like kind of a bit of a shift then?
Um, in a way, yeah, because I feel like we'll have to get a little bit more. Like we're very serious at the moment, but either it's going to be a completely different level of seriousness. Like a lot of sacrifices. Obviously, we all make sacrifices already to make every single training, every single tournament, every single game, all of that. But it's going to become even more. So I think it's obviously like it's quite daunting to think about, but I think that's going to kind of separate who's like really serious about it and who's not, and who can kind of go all the way with it. So yeah, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I like how you keep saying we. Obviously, it shows that the team, the bond is there. You talked earlier about the chemistry, playing the
Yeah,
cards on
yeah,
the way back. It sounds like you've got a good kind of team bond, and you will understand that there are, there's gonna be good times. There's also challenges, and for you, like, how have you kind of obviously lacrosse is a growing sport, but it's not a massive sport. And do you think that plays a
yeah.
part into the challenges that you guys are facing when you're going up and doing those trainings? Do you think that's makes it a little bit harder to kind of commit fully to the sport?
It's definitely harder because it's kind of pay to play in a way. Like even with the British lacrosse stuff at the moment, we know we do have funding from UK Sport now, but it's not. We still have to pay our way, so we all pay a certain amount per month. But then the good thing now, the change is that when we have to go and play a tournament, for example, like we're all, one of the squads is flying to the West Coast on Sunday, so we don't have to pay for any of that. We've just paid our monthly fee, and then all the flights and everything is sorted for us basically. So that's really exciting. Like not having to pay a massive lump sum for a tournament, that's great. But obviously, like there's a lot of challenges with that. Like people may not be as comfortable with paying that amount of money, and will have to kind of drop out, or with the time commitments and everything, like not getting paid for it, it's quite difficult. And obviously still having to work alongside training and playing. So yeah, there's loads of different things that are difficult about it. It's just obviously it's good because a lot of us do it because we like doing it and we still love it, and we're not kind of like motivated by money or anything like that.
And what's that like? Kind of obviously, you said there you have a job and you play lacrosse at an international stage. What's kind of like the week of Tom Roper? How do you get through, and how do you manage the mixture of things going on there?
Obviously, I'm kind of used to it now, but it's just like I try and train in the morning, so I will go to the field from like 7:45 to 8:45, and then a quick trip home to work from home straight away. And then I try and like utilize my lunch times as well to go to the gym and things like that. But it is difficult, and it's hard to stay. It's hard to be motivated on both things at the same time. Like I'm either like really motivated on lacrosse at the moment, or I'm like motivated on work, like trying to develop and stuff. It is difficult. So it's almost like at the moment for the next 2 or 3 years, I'm mostly focused on lacrosse, and I'm just gonna do my job. Like obviously I'm gonna still try and like climb the ladder a little bit, but it's just a lot harder. And then obviously you got to think about like after, say if we made the Olympics, like that will probably then become work will probably then become my main focus, and I'll probably still play lacrosse a little bit, but it's just it's hard. It is hard. It's hard to balance, but like I said, I'm kind of used to it now and kind of fitting in training around it and stuff. So
Making me feel incredibly lazy.
no, don't get me wrong. Like in the evenings, I will make dinner and chill out. Like unless I've got unless we've got a team training or something, like I will just, because it's so important to just like switch off and just do nothing. Like
So we established before we start recording, you don't play Clash Royale. So in your spare time,
I'm going to though.
he's on it now. I'll be training you in your spare time.
Yeah.
But in the evenings, what does that chill time look like?
So I'll probably like finish work at 5:36, depending on the day. Sometimes it's later, but sometimes it can be a bit earlier. And then it depends on what I've done training like during the day. If I've got up in the morning, or if I just wanted a bit of a lie-in instead. So I'll either maybe do a session or go to the gym and then cook and just chill. Like sometimes I'll have social plans, but it's not maybe once a week. I don't know, like a drink or something. But yeah, it's pretty normal evening, I'd say.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, some of the content I've seen on your Instagram, especially like recently, you've been trying to post that kind of behind the scenes stuff. What do you do? You kind of think that as a lacrosse player, obviously it's not the like on a UK university level, I'd say it's like a pretty big sport. Like most people have heard about it. On like a global level, might not be as big as like you're hoping it to be. What kind of role do you see social media playing in making lacrosse a bigger sport?
I think it's massive. I think it's hard for us to kind of get started with it because they're really good at doing it in the US, like with all their professional content, and they've obviously got the professional league, so people are getting paid like proper salaries to make this really, really good content. It's a little bit harder over in the UK, but the amount of people who started doing it recently and over the last years has obviously increased quite a lot. Like I can see it. I can see so many different people at lots of different levels as well, not just like that an elite level, like a kind of recreational level as well. I think it's great because it's only just going to help it grow more, like having reels pop up on random people's Instagram accounts and things like that. Like I see some really rogue sports on my Instagram. Like I see some really interesting, and I watch it. Like I actually like engage with it. I think, oh, that's really cool. So we just need to do the same with lacrosse really, and try and help it grow that way. But in terms of like it being in the Olympics, that's just going to help with other things as well, like funding and stuff. So.
And do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy making the content and putting it out and seeing people's reactions?
I love the editing. Yeah, I think it's really fun, and I don't I'm still so new to it as well. But I I just want to get better. I want to get like a proper camera to like rather than just filming with my phone and stuff. Like I want to improve with it as well. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing where it goes really.
And what's your favorite content? Do you enjoy the kind of lacrosse content or the behind the scenes stuff? Or like, obviously, I know you're big into training and fitness and mobility and all that kind of stuff. Is that the kind of stuff you enjoy recording?
Uh, I enjoy I enjoy putting together kind of like the behind the scenes stuff. I think that's quite cool. Like say like if it's a training day, for example. Yeah, I don't really do like trends and stuff. I don't really want to do that. I want to try and keep it as natural and like authentic as possible. I don't want to like really be doing any fake stuff and all that. So I'm just trying to do my own thing, and if it does well, like views wise, great. If it doesn't, okay, fine.
So we're not going to see a Tom Roper, Charlie D'Amelio collab anytime soon.
You might. You might.
You never know. You never know.
I'll be doing a little dance as well.
I reckon you got those twinkle toes. You know, you never know. Could be on the card. And how have you found that building the account has kind of sparked any curiosity of teammates or people come up to you and said they've seen it, or is it just like
it's hard? It's hard. I feel like a lot of people avoid it because they're afraid that people are going to take the piss and make fun of them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're doing it for a good reason, like that shouldn't really matter. But no, a lot of my obviously some people are like making fun a little bit, but it's just funny. But then other people are like, oh, I really like your content. It's authentic. You're doing it a good way. So that's really encouraging as well. But I think we've been told that we all need to be doing more on social media, no matter like everyone. And even if you are uncomfortable with it, you just have to really try and get used to it. Whether it's doing some like appearances on the British Lacrosse Instagram or kind of doing like a story takeover or something like that, just try and do something to get more comfortable. Otherwise, you're going to be a bit stuck when it comes kind of later on and it gets more popular and you get more kind of people asking you for interviews and things like that. And yeah, it's definitely important to us, but it's taken a while to kind of get everyone on board.
And that's
cool. Sounds. Yeah, I was going to say, with your time, kind of, you spent a year at university in America. Do you think that kind of changed your view on social media in a way? Like, I guess with it being a lot bigger out there and seeing stuff that I think American athletes are very big in social media, most of them. Do you think that kind of changed your kind of view on it and kind of inspire you in a way?
Honestly, I didn't really do that much over there, and I didn't really do anything straight after going to uni over there either. We had a couple of guys on our team who did like Instagram, that have proper Instagram accounts, like fitness Instagram accounts and things like that. So I obviously saw like them doing it, but no one was really that into social media on the team. And like the team social media account as well wasn't really that active. Like we posted scores and stuff. Other than that, it wasn't really that active. So I think it was really a bit later on that I realized that, okay, if I want to like really do this, like I saw that barely anyone was posting any lacrosse content in the UK, maybe one or two. And I thought, yeah, well, let's try and get some more out there. So I think it was a lot later on that really kind of encouraged me to do it.
And you talk about you talk that you've kind of become more encouraged to do it now, and you're saying that England Lacrosse is actually making you want to they're saying get on this, get doing a bit more social media.
Yeah.
Who's actually coming at you saying that? Is it England Lacrosse, or is it the coaches, or is it some mentors? Who's pushing that for the team?
It's British Lacrosse. It's our kind of marketing / like PR person, and they are basically really trying to encourage players to be more active on social media. Like we have a small player group who run the British Lacrosse social media account. So along with another person who does all like the professional videography and photos and stuff. So it's a player run account really, and yeah, so we obviously do that, and then from that we kind of do our own personal stuff as well. And I think that is kind of going to help other people make more content as well in the team. But it's difficult trying to get people involved because people are still in the kind of mindset they're like, oh, I don't really want to do it because it seems braggy and it seems like I'm kind of like selling myself a little bit. But like at the end of the day, that's what you kind of have to do. So yeah.
And are you one of the players that leads that account?
Yeah, me and one of the other men's players, and then 3 of the women's players do it as well.
Just really do love the editing, man. On it.
Yeah, I do a lot of editing.
So
Actually, that's what I do in my evenings. Sometimes. Yeah.
No time.
What's your idea of killing?
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be no time
I
for
don't
Clash Royale.
Yeah, I'll find the time.
And
Was it implications of the Olympics happening? Do you see, like, in the future, British lacrosse having like a proper PR team at some point? Say that the Olympics goes really well and everything, and do you think that will also kind of almost make you feel more inclined to do more PR work, put yourself more out there on social media?
It's hard to know. Like if we had someone who was like doing our British lacrosse Instagram account kind of full time, or whenever we had tournaments or training and stuff. Like I think it would be massive. Like it would help us a lot, and I'd feel like they do a really good job of engaging the players more as well. But we just don't have the capability to do that yet. But you know, who knows? It might happen down the line. But yeah, at the moment it's player run, and it's doing the job at the moment. Like it's like we try and do our best, really.
Yeah, but do you think that also, like, adds to the intrigue of doing it, making it all player run, you kind of have a lot more like control over it. Whereas if it were to kind of like switch to like more external stuff, then you kind of might not get as much as you're saying it.
Yeah, it's true. I hope. I mean, at the moment, I guess it will kind of seem more, maybe a bit more authentic, like coming from, like if we're, say one of us is at a tournament and we're doing all the stories and stuff, like we're filming, like actually there, like rather than someone externally like filming on us and stuff, which is quite cool, I guess. But then obviously there's a lot of, it's actually quite a lot of work. Like if you're at a tournament and you're the player who's at that tournament from the social media group, like you've got a lot to do. And rather than like thinking about playing, you've got to think about this and stuff. So it's obviously like we do it because we want to do it and want to help out and want to kind of help grow the British lacrosse brand and Instagram and stuff. But like it would be very cool to have someone like a proper team do it. But yeah, like I don't know if you've seen like the England rugby account. Like I think that's so cool. They do such a good job with all their social media and stuff. And, like really getting the players involved, and because I can't imagine all of them are really happy to do it, but they seem to be happy to do it.
Yeah, it was
see all the chef videos. That's all.
The chef ones,
see all the chef ones. That's been all over my feed for the past, God knows, like 2 months. I think.
Yeah.
It's been non-stop.
No,
their own chef. That's crazy.
It's always. Have you seen the? I don't know. I think they do it on English Rugby, but I know they do it with the Bath Rugby account. They do like the midnight game shows, and they go into the players' rooms and like wake them up at like 1 a.m. And the players like, what is going on? And they start asking them questions. You know, bit of content ideas for you, Tom, and the upcoming stuff.
Way. If I did that, I'd get punched.
I think one of them it's like a girl that goes in and she goes into interview, and the guy like wakes up, no idea, like kicks her like across the room, and it's like she's like, what? She's like, what is going on? There's like they did a blooper about it.
Yeah, no wonder. Yeah. Like someone just comes to the room.
Definitely worth the watch if you can find it.
Okay,
but moving away from the kind of like you do obviously a lot with British lacrosse. In your own personal platform, what do you see kind of what's the long-term plan for what you're trying to do? Do you want it to be more athlete-centered? Do you want it to be education about lacrosse? Like, what's the goal?
I think overall I want it to be kind of athlete-centered, like behind the scenes training, that type of stuff. But then obviously, like I like posting like helpful things as well, like posting, say, like a training routine, like a full training routine, and like you can do it exactly, like you can follow it along. Like I really like posting that, but I don't want to be like, I don't want my accounts to be like a resource. I do want it to be kind of like focused on the athlete and like the behind the scenes stuff and the training, the tournaments and the games. So maybe down the line I'll make another one for like training sessions and resources and stuff, which I think would be quite cool.
Well, I think it's you spoke earlier. Obviously, you want it to be really natural and authentic. I think that's a really key thing in terms of building a social media platform. That people,
Yeah,
you know, anyone that goes on your Instagram is like, oh, that's what it's actually like. And I think that's what comes across, especially when I watch it. I'm like, okay, like I can tell you're doing your things at 7:30 in the morning or in your lunch, and you even say that in some of your things, being like 30-minute break at lunch. And I think like
yeah,
to some athletes, that's quite eye opening. That you know that extra
okay,
5% effort, that's what's really going to push you to the next level. That's what's going to help you stay fit, stay mobile, and reduce injuries and whatever that might be. It's
yeah,
that extra bit of training that you're putting in and you're showing on your Instagram, which is I think inspiring to other athletes like trying to reach the
okay,
level you're at.
cool. That's
Which
cool.
is
Thanks.
yeah, no, it's really cool. And I think when you look back at it, do you think you'll be like you'll be proud of what you've kind of like put out, and you'll look back at it and you'll be like, oh, it's almost a story of my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a really cool part of social media as well. Like it's not just for other people, but it's actually for you as well. Like seeing like, oh, I can remember this tournament, I remember this game, I remember like this training period and stuff like that. I think yeah, it's really cool to look back on as well, and like all the effort that you put in as well. So it's always nice. Yeah.
And with like lacrosse, obviously we've talked about LA a lot, but in terms of whether you are or you're not in the team or whatever happens, whether England make it or not, how do you think that's going to change the sport's visibility and the opportunities in the sport in general?
Um, yeah, I mean, being in the Olympics and having lacrosse players from Great Britain in the Olympics is going to be massive, not only for the players but for the sport itself. Like, and obviously it does depend on how we do as well. So if there was a medal, say, like it would like be absolutely massive for the sport. But even without like any medals, it's still gonna like really help. Because like I don't know when you watch the Olympics, say what you watch the Summer Olympics, I want to watch like the sports that I never normally watch. So that means hopefully people will find lacrosse and watch that and watch it on their TV at home, which would be insane. Like
Are you one of those guys that sits there with 7 different screens? You got the swimming, the rowing, the water polo, all the rest.
not seven, I'll just pick one.
What's
Yeah,
your go-to?
skateboarding.
Skateboarding. Yeah, that was big.
It's quite good. Yeah, it's good.
Not the breakdancing though. That was
I
quite
didn't
something.
watch that.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was what was it? Ray Gun, the
Oh yeah.
Australian. Oh,
It
that was
was one of those online memes that just exploded, wasn't it?
Kind of,
But
yeah.
kind of feel bad for the other break dancers who like, oh, their sport just got in the Olympics, and then this person has just absolutely not ruined it, but almost kind of ruined it for
And
everyone.
it got taken out, didn't it? For the I think it got taken out for
Yeah,
LA.
exactly. It's not in
Yeah,
the next one, but I mean, it was probably was just a one-off because it was in France. But
yeah,
but I think that's part of the pressure, isn't it? Because not only are you guys playing to win, but it's also like with lacrosse as a community as a whole, we're really hoping that the tournament's a success and so many people love it. That because at the moment it's an LA picked event that when we get to, is it Australia next? Is it
yeah,
Melbourne? Yeah,
Brisbane.
or Brisbane. The next time we have it, we're hoping that that it's been such a success that they do it again. And I think surely
Yeah.
that's like you want to make it entertaining.
At the end of the day, yeah, obviously the future goal, even beyond the first like the 2028 Olympics, is Brisbane in Australia because the Australian team are very good at lacrosse and they have quite a high funded program now, I think. So they obviously will be gunning for a medal for this 2028 Olympics, and then obviously having it hosted like on their in their country, it's they're obviously going to want lacrosse to be included as well. So I think it is good for the sport having it in Australia after the US, but obviously they've got like quotas to meet and stuff, so it might not always make it. And but yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I was going to say, what kind of, obviously with the aimed for it to be in Brisbane as well, what kind of other stuff do you kind of hope for the next generation of players, and for like their kind of experiences? Maybe things that you didn't experience yourself. What do you kind of hope that their experience are like?
Yeah, I think having a more kind of established game in the UK, so whether it's like, I don't know, even if it's like semi-professional or something like that, I think that would be amazing. I think it's a long, long way away, and it might not even be possible. But I think that would be something that would be really cool to come off the back of the Olympics, having players actually get paid in the UK. I think that would be really cool, and it might happen. But yeah, it's.
Do you hope
Who
with
knows?
like, obviously there's a bit of a divide in the quality between the north and the south, and do you think like a combination of those leagues might help it? So say like the high performers like the Hillcrofts and the Spencers, if there was a national league with all of them involved, do you think that would help, or do
Yeah,
you think it's better
I
the
think it would
way
be
it
really
is?
cool. Like you could have a bigger league. You could have obviously maybe play your team's local team more often, but then you also play the teams that are a 3 hour drive away or something like that. And I think if the standard's good, I think people would actually travel for that. So I think it'd be cool. I don't think many people will be happy about it, but I think it'll be cool.
Yeah, because it's quite a competitive league, the Southern Division at the moment, isn't it? And I think it's
It Yeah, it is and it isn't. The mid is quite competitive
mm,
at the middle of the table, and then you've got like a team who's just absolutely destroying everyone.
yeah.
But yeah, it's better than it has been.
And then also there. I don't know. I played a little bit, obviously, in I think the second division, maybe the third. And I felt there was quite a big gap. Like
Yeah,
when I came to the trainings, there's quite a big gap between that second team and the first team in terms of quality.
yeah.
And how do you think we kind of start going about getting like shortening that gap, having more players coming through from a youth level that are coming in and can start challenging first team spots, start challenging
Yeah,
to really push you guys on.
yeah. I think it's hard because all the guys who are say in the first team, or a lot of the guys who are in the first team, will be having like international training as well. So they'll be just having good quality coaching more regularly, and they'll get better. But then the players who are not quite there yet, like really have to kind of work hard on their own if they want to kind of make it that next level, which is obviously down to the player. But I mean, that's pretty much what I did. I just worked hard on my own and then was able to like start playing at a high level. But especially with having club training once a week, like it's good to get the team together, but it's not really going to help one individual improve massively.
Yeah,
So it's really down to them. And it's hard because everyone has a full-time job. So
yeah.
Yeah, be pretty brutal, I can imagine.
yeah, it's brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Finally, I was just wondering to kind of end this off. What's one kind of like play from your life, maybe like a lesson, like a mindset shift, something you've done that you think that every young lacrosse player should like take to heart or at least hear?
I think if you get asked to do a tournament or play for a certain team or something like that, just even if you don't really feel comfortable doing it, just do it, because even though you may not be like one of the best players on that team, you'll gain valuable experience from just being on that team in general. Whether it's even if you're on the sub bench, for example, like you're still getting an experience. Whether it's like at a slightly higher level, it's really going to make you feel comfortable for the next time that you play with that team or at that level. So yeah, just say yes to kind of anything really, if you can afford it, obviously. um,
I,
because
I,
obviously you have to.
I like that. So just be brave to take the next step and just take the
Yeah,
opportunities when they
yeah,
come.
yeah, 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 exactly.
Amazing, brilliant. Well, it's been fantastic talking to you, and thank you for hopping on the podcast with us. We really appreciate your time.
No worries. Thank you guys. That's been really
Yeah,
fun.
thank you very much, and bye for now.
Yeah, see you guys later. Thanks.